Springfield, Tennessee. Where is Springfield, Tennessee?
It's about 30 miles outside of Nashville, man. I mean, like, we don't have any buses, we don't have any trains, man. We got one or two cab stations, like, take you where you want to go. A little courthouse, you know, if you go around in a circle, man, you like going out of town, you know, it's hanging out.
So does everybody know everybody in Springfield, Tennessee?
Everybody knows everybody, man, you know, down to the dogs and cats, man. You know.
Hey, so George, tell us about your life coming up in Springfield, and you know, we got to go from there, from back then to now, and where you got this great voice from. And I guess we need to let the listening audience in on a small secret, because George is also one of those men with a golden voice. So the last guy with the golden voice wasn't the only one out there. And I know, George, that had to inspire you some to see the success that man gained, or the notoriety he gained from his wonderful voice. And I think it got you thinking a little bit.
Yeah, I was, you know, when I ran into and I heard about that, and I saw it on the television, and I'm like, hey, man, this guy, you know, God's blessing him, and he's, you know, lucky. I'm like, I can do this, you know. Why come, you know, I need to pursue this a little more. So what I do is I go out and I search out for other bands and stuff, and, you know, hoping that I might get my little chance in there.
Okay, so let's go back to growing up in Springfield as a young boy. You played baseball, football, because, you know, I didn't touch on the homelessness, and I think we need to bring that out front so people will know where I'm going with this. And you know, like I said, you got a great voice, and you pretty much shocked us down at the Underground. And once again, man, we forgot to talk about.
Went down August 6th. August 6th, Underground Atlanta. Just to recap where we originally met George at. We had a blockbuster show. Turned out the Underground. They had to call the fire marshals to shut it down because the hot seat was in the building.
The hot seat was definitely in the building. It was a great show. We want to thank Dream Away Foundation. And you know what? We also need to thank Pat Backus, because she always gives us a great introduction. She tells people don't change that dial. And we have to thank WATB for giving us the opportunity to put our show on the air. But yeah, we had a great show down at the Underground, and I personally didn't know you were there. You know, I guess I'm getting old and I can't hear well, but I kept hearing these tamarines and these cowbells, and then somebody pointed you out to me, and then I pointed you out to Bam, but the extra we didn't see coming. Right. You know, we didn't know the voice was coming, right. You know, because I looked at you like, who is this kook over here with this cowbell?
Yeah, for real, man.
I'm like, look at this dude. Who is this guy? Yeah, got cowbells and tamarines.
Every instrument you can think of in one bag.
You can really rock them, man. Really
yeah, you was having a good time, and that's what it's about. So let's take back to your childhood, your aspirations, and then, you know, we want to get into how you got into your situation and how you plan on getting out, and, you know, where does the story begin? Was it alcohol, drug abuse? What's going on, man?
Well, it was a little bit of drug abuse, just a little bit, you know, and mostly.
And let's go. But we got to go back to Springfield though,
right.
Because you know, I want to go back to the point where, you know, you were very productive, and then you kind of, because I want to know how someone gets in that situation.
Basically, I want to know where your life took that turn at.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, let's see, how can I say?
Say it like it is, brother.
Well, in my hometown, like I'm saying, man, you know, it's very little things to do, you know, and your mind sort of gets idle, you know, you find yourself doing things that you really shouldn't be doing and stuff like that, man.
So somebody came from Nashville with a crack rock.
Yeah.
Or Memphis, one of the little towns. Yeah, they introduced the crack rock to the little town.
Something, you know. But anyway, you know, mostly was the drinking too, you know, because my dad was like.
What was your alcohol of choice?
Yeah, he was. But my what?
What was your alcohol of choice? Barton's.
Yeah.
What is Barton's?
Barton's, where they sell it. It's a gallon for probably $4.
You can't be for real.
Yeah, $4. Some plastic jug for a gallon.
Yeah.
Smoker's choice.
And see, and my dad, you know, but he was a perfect, I mean, very good guitar player, man. You know, this guy, he used to set his, you know, set his little shot glasses up, and he would sit down and play the guitar. And I would go out and I'd have a cardboard box, and I'd break some branches off the trees, and I'd sit down, and me and him, man, we'd jam. And the neighbors would come over and listen to us, man, and have a good time, you know. And that's you know, how my percussion thing
began. Okay.
Began in there. Plus, my mom used to play the piano for her church, and she was blessed with the gift of ears. So, you know, she couldn't read music, but she could play. I have an uncle that played a little bit on the saxophone with Jimi Hendrix in his day.
Okay.
You know, so, and my older brother, he plays in a jazz band. So our family is sort of like musically inclined in that area.
But you be considered a black sheep, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're trying to find out how the black sheep became the black sheep.
Well,
what was that date? Take us to that day where everything changed.
That day, that year, all that good stuff. Surrounded.
How old were you at the time?
At the time when I started messing around with drugs, I guess I was about like 20, maybe 20 years old.
Okay, how old are you now?
I'm 53.
Okay.
And what drug was that?
And it was, the guy turned me onto some coke or something.
Oh no, man, we being honest. This is a show where you know what it was. We need to know what it was.
Yeah, well, you know, and being
we're not judging you, man. We're happy to have you. To be quite honest, we want see this is a show where the truth be told.
Okay.
You know, this isn't a show. This ain't one of those shows where we sugarcoat. You know.
That's what's up.
Are we still gonna buy you that gallon of Barton? Would you?
I don't think we're no longer in that kind of category, no more, man. But anyway, yeah. But and I.
But
and
yeah, go ahead, man. I'm listening.
And as far as you know, when I used to like playing the basketball thing too, man. You know. I could, you know, I used to jump so high I thought God was giving me an application to come to heaven on that one. But
man, you look like you was an athlete.
Yeah,
I thought it was KG Daddy.
You know,
KG Daddy. But anyway, and then after I got turned on that as some man, you know, I sort of kind of drifted out a little bit, and
what does drifted out mean, man?
It means, you know, I'm doing something just real wild, man. I wasn't going out just.
You were 20 years old. What were you doing in Springfield, some town? I don't know.
Yeah, Springfield, Tennessee. Yeah, watch out there. You know, that's the little town too tough to die. That's what they say in a way. But and just totally being idled got me over to, you know, just not doing the things I'm really supposed to do, man. You know? But I kept the music in my heart, and God, you know, with the gift of God, and that's what really kept me persevere and kept me focused.
Now we're still not moving fast enough. Okay, how did you get to your lowest point?
My lowest point.
And then where was that? Was that in Springfield?
Yeah. That was basically in Springfield.
What's the population of Springfield?
Oh, man. Ooh.
Small town.
It's small town.
So they knew that you were known as a addict.
Right.
So they knew you at the corner store.
They knew him down to the cats and dogs. So
but I'm talking about, you know, I guess in those small towns, you know exactly who's on it and who ain't.
Right.
Yeah, you know you can. Yeah.
Right. And basically, like I'm saying, and you know, the family that I come from and everybody, you know, a lot of people were like, you know, this is not really you, man. You know, this is not you. You know, really, you really need to get up out of this, man. You know, come on, George, man, snap it out, get it together. But the thing about it is, to knowing that I want to do my music, you had a lot of people in my hometown too that it's just about like what you said, you know, when you heard me over there with this, you know, man, what's this fool over here with this, all this, you know. My hometown is very critical, you know, criticism. They have a lot to do stuff like that, you know, and it kind of, some ways kind of get to you in a way, but you have to keep that faith. So with me, it was like, if I'm into my drugs or whatever, I can do my music, and I'm not, I thought that's what, I should
So you
do.
thought you were Jimi Hendrix, huh?
Yeah. So,
You didn't learn nothing by Jimi Hendrix.
Right.
But let me tell you something about the hot seat, man.